Hey YouTube, this is MrLuBuFu, and I have been working on a major project basically for the last, 6 hours, doing expected value calculations on Modern Masters, and I wanted to make this entire thing open to the public, let everyone see what I have done. So, before I begin, this entire Excel spreadsheet can be found in the link down below. You can download it yourself and look through everything I've done. I don't recommend tweaking it, just because it can be highly volatile and you change one number and it'll propagate everywhere because there's a lot of linked calculations. But, you know, go ahead. You can change, specifically this modern playability, you can change it and you'll see the results. Because this heuristic right here is purely in myself, or this heuristic's purely personal, so you can change it yourself and see how the value propagates. Anyway, so as you can see, there's my YouTube and my Twitch. If you're not following those, you should check those out. But here we go. This is as of Thursday, May 30th, where we have all 15 of the spoiled mythics and 50 out of the 53 spoiled rares. Since it's been confirmed, or the number crunch has all but eliminated Thoughtseize, Mutavault, and Noble Hierarch, it seems unlikely that those three will be there, and those three ones would be the only major money rares that would disrupt the current calculations. We have 22 out of 60 uncommons, but most of the big value uncommons have also been spoiled, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference, but feel free to add on to this if you download this yourself. So, enough about me talking, and commons didn't make too big of a deal from what I found. But I have taken every single card that has been spoiled thus far, separated by color, included their rarity, and I have found the Star City Games price, and since a lot of people say that's overpriced, I also found the latest eBay price. This eBay price is the latest sold value, so these are all completed auctions, not what people are asking. And you'll see, for the most part, they're a little bit lower. Some there's a sizable difference, others are not. You'll also notice this color scheme. Anything that is in red is under $1 in value. Anything that is green is over $20. So those are the I would call more chase rares. So to begin with, I did every single card, which was tedious, but as you can see, every single card has been included here. All this can also be tweaked, so you can change any one of these columns, the STG, eBay, or Modern Playability columns, if you should choose. Then there's 24 packs per Modern Masters box. By expected calculation, 1 in 8 packs will contain a mythic, so that means there's an expected number of 1/8 of 24, or 3 mythics per box, which means the other 21 are expected rares. The expected number of foil rares per box is 1.6, and we have the number of uncommons per box is, well, 3 packs or 3 uncommons per pack times 24 packs per box is 72 uncommons. That's just data of spoiled stuff. So now on to what I did. So the expected value of the mythics, those of you that know expected value calculations, is, you can see, it is the expected number. So you take the value of each of the mythics, add them up, and divide by the number that there are. So we know 15. And so I've done it for SCG and eBay, but I've also included an expected value of mythics without Tarmogoyf. As you can see, Tarmogoyf in itself for SCG offers $7 by itself, and on eBay $5. So there is a sizable difference just by Tarmogoyf being so fracking expensive. I did the same thing for the rares, all 50 of them, and on eBay as well. And for foil rares, I just did a simplified calculation rather than go through them one at a time, which would be just a little bit tedious. I just assumed an immediate doubling of price, which is an estimation at best, but my estimation number of foil rares per box is also an estimation. So that's where the biggest source of variance in this spreadsheet is. I did the same thing for the uncommons as well. The expected value of commons, I just nailed it pretty close to trivial. Yeah, you might get some dollar commons here or there, like Echoing Truth, or maybe Ethereum Sculptures, a couple bucks, but as a whole, there'll be enough inserted that I just didn't want to deal with trying to calculate all of them. So if you want to include this, feel free. So, after all that, I started calculating prices of boxes, or expected prices of boxes. So we have expected value of mythics is just, well, 3 times the expected value of the mythics per, or in general. Same thing for eBay. Expected values of mythics without Goyf is the same logic, same with rares, and so on and so forth. I then took the sum of all of these. It's important to note right here, expected values of uncommons for the non-degraded price is $216. So you'd get a lot of value from uncommons from this simple calculation, which says the expected value of a box from SCG is $543 and on eBay is $363. This is including Goyf. I did not do the calculation without Goyf, but if you just wanted to go through it, you'd say, okay, knock off about $21 from the SCG price and about $16 from the eBay price. I mean, his expected value per pack is very, very high. But clearly we know that this is not going to be the case. This is saying no price degradation at all, despite the inclusion of the cards. So I did a simple, again, I did simple ones for starters, but we have a flat 80% degradation due to increase in supply. So I'm just saying, just blanket statement, which is not typically what you should do, of course, but a blanket statement of everything in Modern Masters will be 80% less than what is than what it is now. And that's just a simple taking the calculation, and as you can see right here, you just multiply it by a 0.8 and propagate that down, and you're able to see a net expected value per box. Still very, very high if you use SCG prices, considerably lower if you go to eBay prices. These are, again, without Goyf, or sorry, with Goyf. Also expected value per pack. Figured people might want to know that. But this also is a simple one, so I did a scaling price drop by rarity. So I assumed that if you were a mythic, you would lose about 90% of your value, or you'd be about 90% what your current price is. 75% rare, 80% for foil rare, 50% for uncommon. So this is very much saying if you're an uncommon, you're probably going to get printed a lot more. There'll be more of you out there, so logically your price should drop accordingly. So those $10 kitchen finks, for example, by SCG prices are going to be much more reasonable. And I wanted to keep the mythics, rare, and foil rares pretty close to what I called as a standard 80% price drop. But as you can see here, the expected value of uncommons goes from 216 to 108. So that loses, you know, you see a huge price drop there. And you can see that the expected value of the box drops accordingly into what tends to be pretty normal in eBay, selling about $250. But then I decided to, why not, let's do another one. I did a scaling price drop based by modern playability. So based on how much play it's seen in modern, I assumed, or I'm making an assumption here, that price will drop accordingly. So, this is where, if you want to download it yourself and change the heuristic, I included this column right here of modern playability. And then you have here expected value of mythics per box, and so on and so forth. The whole thing, as you can see, we have number of mythics, which is the F9, times the mythic, and then the scaling price drop I included. So you go through that, and you can see the uncommons are worth sizably more because, well, the expensive uncommons, like Kitchen Finks, for example, or Path to Exile, those ones see a lot of play, so they wouldn't see much drop in this situation. You go through, and you have, again, some net expected value of boxes, and you can see that sort of thing. So, I did this whole thing. I very much appreciate any feedback. Please, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should do so. The link is included right here. If you're not following me on Twitch, you should do so as well. I'll be actually having an upcoming live stream for charity, the Gamers Helping Gamers charity, on June 10th. And that's enough of my shameless plugs. So thank you all for watching, and have fun playing with this. Please feel free to, if you download it, change these 3 columns, see how it scales based on how you think everything else will be. Thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe.